Hi all, my name is Ashil George. Today we will be discussing on the topic microelectronic pills. And here it is the contents: introduction, functions, history, how it works, construction, limitations, applications, current products in market, company involved, future scope, conclusion and references. Introduction. Electronics is already playing a huge role in different areas such as communication, entertainment, security, sports and education. It is an exciting time for medical technology, and making smart use of modern digital innovations may bring revolution in the healthcare industry too. Technological progress in terms of combining information and functions from various electronic devices for personal medical treatments based on individual conditions presents an enormous opportunity for an improved, accessible, and affordable healthcare system. The concept related to such developments is the emergence of an electronic bill. Human body is a sensitive system, and sometimes doctors are unable to detect a disease in time and it becomes too late to cure it. Use of an electronic pill helps to easily detect diseases, and this can help take prompt action against them. What is microelectronic pill? The microelectronic pill is a small capsule-shaped edible electronic pill which contains camera in it that collect information as it travels through the gastrointestinal tract before being excreted from the body a day or two later. It is often referred as holy grail of healthcare because an electronic pill has multi-channel sensors that will prove to be an important tool for healthcare technology towards in-depth and detailed investigation of diseases. Use of electronic pills helps to easily detect diseases, and this can help take prompt action against them. Here, figure 1 represents the microelectronic pill. Also, microelectronic pill is primarily used for diagnosing internal organs, particularly the gastrointestinal system, which is difficult with a standard endoscope. It is an ingestible capsule containing electronic or mechanical elements that traverse the gastrointestinal tract for purposes ranging from diagnosis, treatment, sampling, or surgery. It also monitors people's digestive health and diagnoses gastrointestinal disorders. And now we will be discussing on the functions of microelectronic pill. Microelectronic pill is a vital piece of medical technology for thoroughly researching and analyzing disorders. Additionally, it can be used for a variety of purposes, including medicine, delivery, assessing certain human body parts, stimulating injured tissues, monitoring stomach troubles, and measured biomarkers. This electronic device sends data to the doctor's computer for study, as such as levels of acidity, pressure, and temperature, or pictures of the esophagus and intestines. In order to expose information that was previously unavailable, electronic tablets are also being utilized to evaluate muscle contraction, ease of passage, and other bodily variables. And towards the now we will be discussing on the history or the evolution of electronic pills. Um, the earliest known concept of a microelectronic pill dates back to the 1950s when researchers first proposed the idea of miniaturized radio transmitter that could be swallowed and used to monitor the temperature inside the body. In the following decades, the researchers continued to refine the concept and explore new applications for microelectronic pills. In the 1990s, the first prototype of the microelectronic pill began to emerge. This early device were typically powered by batteries and used small sensors to measure various physiological parameters such as temperature, pH, and pressure. As the technology evolved, researchers began to explore the potential of using microelectronic pills for diagnostic and therapeutic purposes. For example, some researchers developed microelectronic pills that could be used to deliver drugs directly to the intestines or stomach. From this, we could understand that in 1957, Mackay invented first radio telemetry capsules with one transistor. It uses radio frequency to transmit temperature and pressure readings. Followed by 1972, the first electronic pill was developed by Dr. John Cooper and Dr. Eric Johannesson from Glasgow University. Then in 2012, approval of ingestible sensor component by US FDA. FDA means United States of Food and Drug Administration. Then followed in 2017, First digital pill, Abilify Mycite, produced by Otsuka Pharmaceutical and Proteus Digital Health, was approved by United States Food and Drug Administration. Then followed in 2019, a company named EtecRx developed a digital pill that uses removable lanyard rather than patch approved by FDA. A research team led by MIT has developed a drug capsule that could be used to deliver oral insulin doses. Then in 2020, companies like Capsovision and Medimetrics have been taking proactive steps to address the challenges posed by coronavirus, that's the COVID-19. Then in recent years, advances in nanotechnology and wireless communication have led to even more sophisticated microelectronic pills. Some of these devices are now able to transmit data in real time and can be useful to monitor a wide range of physiological parameters, including glucose levels, oxygen saturation, and even the presence of certain diseases or conditions. Moving on to how it works, that is, how microelectronic pill works. Microelectronic pills, also known as a soluble sensors or smart pills, work by using small electronic sensors and wireless communication technology to transmit data from inside the body to an external receiver or device. When a patient swallows the pill, it travels through the digestive system and is able to monitor various physiological parameters such as temperature, pH, pressure, and other chemical markers. The sensors inside the pill then collect this data and transmit it wirelessly to an external receiver, which can be a wearable device, a smartphone app, or a computer. The wireless communication technology used by microelectronic pills can vary, but typically involves either Bluetooth or radio frequency communication. The external receiver is able to interrupt the data transmitted by the pill and provide the patient or healthcare provider with real-time information about the patient's health. Microelectronic pill can be used for a variety of applications such as monitoring medication adherence, tracking disease progression, and diagnosis gastrointestinal disorders. They may also be used for targeted drug delivery, where the pill is programmed to release medication at a specific location or time within the body. Here in figure 2, we can see the wireless video transmission between the transmitter and receiver. Then moving on to the construction of microelectronic pill. The size of the electron pill is of 16 millimeter in diameter. Length varies from 55 millimeter and 5 gram in weight. This pill is covered by chemically resistant polyether ether ketone PEEK, that is PEEK coating. Here we can see the block diagram of electronic pill, and it consists of certain parts such as sensors, ASIC chip, radio transmitter, power source, pill camera. And we will be considering each of the components separately in detail. First of all, we will be looking into sensors. There will be 4 sensors, namely silicon diode, ISFPT, that is ion sensitive field effect transistor, then direct contact gold electrode, then fourth one, 3 electrode electrochemical cell. First, we will be looking on to the silicon diode. Silicon diode here is DT670ST silicon diode. Its features include it measures the body core temperature, also compensates with the temperature-induced signal changes in other sensors. It also identifies local changes associated with tissue inflammation and ulcers. Then we will be looking onto the ion sensitive field effect transistor, that is the second sensor. This type of electrode contains a transistor coated with a chemically sensitive material to measure pH in solution and moist surfaces. As the potential at the chemical active surface changes with the pH, the current induced through the transistor varies. A temperature diode simultaneously monitors the temperature at the sensing surface. The pH meter to a temperature compensated pH reading correlates the change in current and temperature. Then the third sensor is direct contact gold electrode. It helps in measuring conductivity by measuring the contents of water and salt absorption. Gold have better conductivity, so it gives accurate value. Then fourth sensor, 3 electrode electrochemical cell. It is used to calculate the rate of dissolved oxygen and to identify the activity of aerobic bacteria in small and large intestine. Then we will be moving to the ASIC, that is application specific integrated circuit. An integrated circuit designed to perform a various particular function by defining the interconnection of a set of basic circuit building blocks drawn from a library provided by the circuit manufacturer. ASIC is novel mixed signal design that contains an analog signal conditioning module operating the sensors, 10-bit ADC and DAC converters, and a digital data processing module. An RC relaxation oscillator (OSC) provides the clock signal. Analog module is based on the AMS, that is Automated Manifest System, which offers a lot of power saving scheme, that is sleep mode, and a compact IC design. The temperature circuitry biased the diode at a constant current so that a change in temperature would result in corresponding change in the diode voltage. The pH ISPT sensor was biased as a simple source and drain follower at constant current with DS voltage changing with threshold voltage and pH. Conductivity circuit operated at direct current measuring the resistance across an electrode pair as an inverse function of solution conductivity. An incorporated potentiostat operated the amperometric oxygen sensor with a 10-bit DAC controlling the working electrode potential with respect to the reference. The analog signals were sequenced through a mux prior to being digitalized by the ADC. The bandwidth for each channel was limited by the sampling interval of 0.2 millisecond. And in brief, we can say that ASIC contains analog module, ADC and DAC converter, digital data processing unit, and RC oscillators. And next is radio transmitter. It is assembled prior to integration in the capsule using discrete surface mount components on a single-sided PCB. The footprint of the standard transmitter measured 8 into 5 into 3 mm, including the integrated coil antenna. It is designed to operate at a transmission frequency of 40.01 MHz at 20 degrees Celsius, generating a signal of 10 kHz bandwidth. A second crystal stabilized transmitter was also used. This unit is similar to the free-running STD transmitter, having a transmission frequency limited to 20.08 MHz at 20 degrees Celsius due to crystal used. Pills incorporating the standard transmitter are type 1, where the pills having crystal stabilized unit is type 2. The transmission range was measured as being 1 meter and the modulation scheme is frequency shift keying, that is FSK, with a data rate of 1 kilobits per second. It also consumes 2.2 milliampere of current at 6.8 megawatt power. Then we will be moving on to the power source. Here a microelectronic will consist of two silver oxide, that is SR48 batteries. These batteries are working of 40 hours of working capacity and its power consumption is 15.5 megawatt and its supply voltage is 3.1 volt. Then we will be moving on to the pill camera, that is capsule endoscopy. In this figure we can see the pill camera and various parts such as lights, antenna, battery, lens. Capsule endoscopy is a medical diagnostic procedure that records internal images of the gastrointestinal tract. PillCam contains a tiny camera and an array of LEDs powered by a battery. After a patient swallows the capsule, it travels through the gastrointestinal tract, taking a number of images per second that are wirelessly transmitted to an array of receivers linked to a portable recording device carried by the patient. Capsule endoscopy is primarily used to examine areas of the small intestine that other types of endoscopy such as colonoscopy or esophagogastrocduoendoscopy EGD cannot see. Then we will be moving on to the benefits of microelectronic pill. Benefits of the microelectronic pill consist of it can be easily soluble. That is, its size is 16 millimeter in diameter and 55 millimeter long, so it could be easily swallowed. It is also useful for detecting diseases and malfunctions in remote areas. It can detect gastrointestinal cancers. It consumes very less power, that is 15.5 megawatt, as it operates in programmable standby mode. The battery lasts 40 hours, which is enough time to perform any type of complete internal diagnosis. It also consists of edible battery, though it performs as conventional electronic battery. And other benefits such as non-invasive, that is, microelectronic pills are a non-invasive way to monitor physiological parameters and deliver medication. They eliminate the need for invasive procedures like surgery or injections, which can be uncomfortable, risky, and time consuming. Then it is real-time monitoring. That is, the microelectronic pills can provide real-time monitoring of physiological parameters, which allows for more accurate and timely diagnosis as well as more effective treatment. Remote monitoring, because because microelectronic pills transmits data wirelessly, they can be used for remote monitoring of patients, which can be especially useful for patients who live in remote areas or have mobility issues. The next one, personalized medicine. Microelectronic pills can be used for targeted drug delivery, which can help ensure the medications are delivered to the specific location in the body where they are needed. This approach can be more effective and reduce the risk of side effects. These are the benefits. Then we will be moving on to the limitations or the dark side of the microelectronic pill. If there is a partial obstruction in the small intestine, the electronic will become stuck towards the small intestine. Then, if the the treatment through the microelectronic pill is very expensive and cannot be afforded by the poor. The size of the pill is small, but it is not as small that can be digested by the small babies. That means that it is dangerous towards the small babies because it can be swallowed by them. Also, it is not reusable. The other limitations include the cost. Microelectronic pill can be expensive, which may limit their accessibility for some patients. Then limited functionality. Currently, microelectronic pills are limited in terms of number of physiological parameters they can monitor, as well as the amount of medication they can deliver. Safety concerns. Although microelectronic pills are generally considered safe, there are some concerns about the potential risk of ingesting electronic devices. More research is needed to fully understand the long-term safety of microelectronic pills. Then, limited availability. Microelectronic pills are still in early stage of development and are not yet widely available. It take it may take some time before they are widely adopted in clinical practices. So, in summary, we can say that microelectronic pill offers several potential benefits, and also there are certain limitations that need to be considered. Continued research and development will be important in addressing these limitations and ensuring that microelectronic pills can be used effectively and safely in clinical practices. Moving on to the applications. Certain applications of the microelectronic pill include determine the body temperature, determine the pH value of your blood, measure dissolved oxygen level, measure value of acid excretion. It is also used in capsule endoscopy, used in evaluation of water quality, pollution detection, etc. Used in ultrasound and impedance tomography. Then I give certain images of the available products in market. First image is Philips Intelligent Pill, and the second is the Intellicap Track. These are all microelectronic pills available in market. Then the companies involved in the manufacturing of the microelectronic pills are there are several companies that are developing microelectronic pills or soluble sensors for medical purposes. Some of the notable brands of microelectronic pills includes Medimetrix. Medimetrix is a German company that involved in developing oral drug delivery. It is put forward Intellicap version of electronic pill. Its electronic drug delivery pills present an entirely new means of intelligent delivery and monitoring. Medimetrics have developed a microelectronic pill that can deliver medication to specific locations in the gastrointestinal tract, as well as the monitor temperature, pH, and pressure. Next one, Philips. It develops Philips Intelligent Pill. It is a multinational company whose headquarters resides in Netherlands. Philips has developed a capsule-shaped sensor that can be swallowed and used to monitor gastrointestinal function and detect digestive disorders. And the other companies or the other brands are Proteus Digital Health. Proteus has developed a soluble sensor that is embedded in a pill and is able to monitor a patient's medication adherence and vital signs. Then next one, Rani Therapeutics. Rani Therapeutics have developed a soluble pill that is designed to deliver biologics such as insulin without the need for injections. The next one, CheckCap. CheckCap has developed a capsule-based system that is able to image the colon for the detection of polyps and other abnormalities. Next one, Given Imaging. Given Imaging has developed a capsule endoscopy system that is able to capture images of the digestive tract for diagnostic purposes. These are just a few examples of the different brands of microelectronic pills that are currently in development of or available for use. As research and development in this area continues, it is likely that new brands and technologies will emerge that offer even more advanced capabilities and applications. Then moving on to the future scope. Looking ahead, it is likely that microelectronic pills will continue to evolve and become even more sophisticated as new technologies and applications are developed. Some experts predict that these devices could eventually be used for targeted drug delivery, non-invasive surgery, and other medical applications that could revolutionize healthcare as we know it. The future of microelectronic field is promising and is expected to bring significant advances in medical monitoring, diagnosis, and treatment. Here are some potential areas where microelectronic field could have a significant impact. First one, personalized medicine. Microelectronic pills can be programmed to deliver medication to specific locations in the body, which can help ensure that medications are delivered where they are needed most. This approach can be especially useful for patients with conditions that require targeted drug delivery, such as cancer. Second one, disease monitoring and diagnosis. Microelectronic pills can monitor a variety of physiological parameters in real time, which can help healthcare providers diagnose and treat diseases more effectively. For example, they could be used to monitor blood sugar levels in diabetic patients or to detect gastrointestinal disorders. Third one, remote monitoring. Microelectronic pills can transmit data wirelessly, which makes it possible to monitor patients remotely. This can be especially useful This can be especially useful for patients who live in remote areas or who have mobility issues. And fourth one, improving medication adherence. Microelectronic pills can monitor a patient's medication adherence, which can help healthcare providers identify patients who may need additional support to stay on track with their medication regimens. Then at last, advancements in technology. As technology continues to evolve, microelectronic pills are likely to become even more advanced and sophisticated. For example, future microelectronic pills could be smaller, more accurate, and able to monitor a wide range of physiological parameters. And we are expected that in 2016, the global electronic pill market's worth $779.9 million, and by 2025, it will be anticipated to reach $3 billion. Then, towards the conclusion, use of microelectronic pill helps to easily detect diseases, so-called as holy grail of healthcare. Innovative digital devices that make intelligent use of personalized data will usher in new era in healthcare technology. The generic nature of the microelectronic pill makes it adaptable for use in corrosive environments related to environmental and industrial applications. Overall, microelectronic pills represent a promising area of research and development in the field of medicine. With continued advancements in technology and increased adoption by healthcare providers and patients, microelectronic pills have the potential to transform the way we diagnose, monitor, and treat a wide range of medical conditions. In conclusion, microelectronic pills offer a non-invasive and real-time approach to monitoring physiological parameters and delivering medication. They have the potential to revolutionize the field of medicine by enabling personalized medicine, remote monitoring, and improved medication adherence. While there are some limitations such as cost and limited availability, continued research and development in this area is likely to result in even more advanced and sophisticated microelectronic pills in the future. Overall, the future of microelectronic pill is promising, and they have the potential to bring significant benefits to patients and healthcare providers alike. And here are the references from which I have been referred. Um, and that's all. Thank you.